All right, welcome back. We continue here. Steelers lose 28-26, which means they're 0-2, and they got some problems, no doubt about it. The schedule is going to be a tough one this year. But we saw today a couple of game-changing plays. One, of course, was the drop by Moncrief, but another big one was 3rd and 20, and the Steelers have the Seahawks back against the wall. Russell Wilson just kind of threw up one for, all right, just see if he can catch it, and he got a pass interference call. Not on the field, the replay. Now, Will, I want to ask you about this because when I first heard this replay rule, I thought it was stupid because everything slow-mo looks like it's a violation because it's super slow-mo versus real time. They use the term clear and obvious. Did you see clear and obvious there?
I saw it as clear and obvious as it was in the first quarter on the play to Samuels that was called, that was challenged and accepted by the officials on replay, and which I don't think Samuels could have caught the ball in bounds, and they called it interference anyway. So for me, it was enough to probably throw the flag. But let's remember about this. Before we get into this, let's remember right before that happened, they were going to run a draw play, and the Steelers couldn't get their defense right and called timeout.
Right.
They would have gotten out of the situation before that play happened. I just want to make sure that everybody remembers this. But as far as the rule itself, I think it's just going to extend games another 5 or 10 minutes, and I think it gives referees, because of what happened last year in the NFC Championship game, they're going to go too far to the other way. I think they're going to over officiate this part of the game.
Okay, well, you know what, Will, they did use I agree that it was clear and obvious. I think Terrell Edmunds clearly and obviously had his arm around the midsection of Terrell Lockett, and they also said somewhere along the way, materially affect the play. Okay, let's go with that phrase, materially affect the play, because you know what else materially affected that play? T.J. Watt getting held. That had every bit as much to do with the ability for the ball to go down the field as Edmunds contacting the receiver in mid-flight, jockeying for the ball. So this is the issue.
What about Bud hitting Russell Wilson in the head on that same play?
Well, yeah.
Right.
Do we have to stop after every play and review every play for all the penalties?
Yes, well, you don't have to because you can only challenge so many, but that's sort of what I'm getting at, Will, is that this is kind of like the what was the false start call for the Chargers against the Steelers last year. That materially affected the play, or would have. And is that one that you can go back in time and fix now? No, it isn't. It's that inconsistency that I've got an issue with more than pinning that call on Edmunds, because I do think he had his arm around his midsection.
See, I think when they put this rule in back in March, this is not what they thought it was going to be or didn't want it to be.
But they have to know it was going to be this, Mark. It's like offsides in hockey.
But did they not put in things to be able to prevent this from happening? You saw
no, they didn't.
You saw it in the preseason, Benzie. They did not call this at all. When it went to that same type of scenario.
No, I will attest to that.
Yes, I mean, they would not call it. They would not reverse it. I think it was like 32 of the 39 were not reversed. Right. And all of a sudden, something like this that is absolutely not egregious. When they put this rule in, it was meant for Nicky Roby Coleman or whatever the guy's name is
but where do you draw the
New
line,
Orleans.
though, Mark? I mean, they're trying to with the language best as they can. My issue is the language opens up the interpretation of other things besides pass interference to an incredible degree.
But you understand what I'm saying there. I talked to Gene Steratore. He did not like this whole thing because of the clear and obvious. He said, you tell me you can tell in real life what's clear and obvious. Clear and obvious is what happened in the NFC Championship game. You won't see that too many times.
Right.
What I'm saying is when you slow everything down, you will see physical contact on every single play.
I understand.
So how are you supposed to make that determination based on the slow-mo?
You're supposed to not be able to go back in time and put a flag on the field. If you open up Pandora's box, this is what you're going to get. This is the horse out of the barn effect here. The other thing that we saw today, as far as the pass interference and looking at it, what about Jalen Samuels' catch? Well, I'm dying to know exactly what they challenged there, because if they were challenging the uncatchable part, which is ironic since he caught the ball, but part of being catchable is coming down in bounds. Is that specifically what Carroll was challenging there, the uncatchable element of it, that he would never come down in bounds? Because now you're asking the refs to interpret what is or is not catchable by their own clear and obvious definition. That's a whole other layer to the stinking onion.
But isn't Al Riveron in New York supposed to be the one that's making this call and be able to say and take it out of the hands of the referees and say, yeah, you know what, this one is not really a penalty or anything like that. So I think that's the problem.
Well, they allow the coaches. It was the coaches that did it, not New York. It was a coach's challenge.
Right. I mean, this is one of the things that I would almost prefer the league to do. And I hate the college game because every single play, no matter how stupid or immaterial to the grand scheme of the game, is reviewable. But that's one of those calls that maybe they have New York make that call instead of coaches challenge.
Yeah, and Tomlin could have challenged one too. Remember, a couple plays later.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of that, and it's going to go on and on. Now, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time for Smooth Moves. Armina Stone, Pittsburgh's largest supplier of the smoothest granite, marble, and quartz countertop you're going to find anywhere, presents Smooth Moves. We asked these guys, let's give us your smooth move. What do you think it is this week? Will, we'll start with you.
Shout out to the University of Tennessee for giving that young man that was bullied for his T-shirt. Not only did they make his T-shirt that he came up with a thing, they also offered him a full scholarship to go to school there. And considering the state of the football team, he's not eligible to 2032. He might be able to start next week.
Well, I say Doug Marrone in Jacksonville, to be honest with you, because they went for two. Not because they're starting Gardner Minshew. I mean, did you see that outfit he wore?
That was fantastic.
Absolutely tremendous. But I'm talking about 30 seconds left in the game, 1-point game. They're like, forget this, we're going for two. Leonard Fournette didn't make it, but hey, the guy got some guts to go for it. And I think more.
Pat Narduzzi said that was a two-possession game.
I knew that was coming. I just thought Benzie was going to say.
That's coming up.
I thought you were going to give him credit for going after Jalen Ramsey, too, which I love. My smooth move, I'll split between two WPIAL legends. First of all, Phil Jurkovec completing his first pass as quarterback of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, a 52-yard bomb in their blowout over New Mexico, former Pine Richland Ram. And then the other half goes to Megan Bulger, who was inducted into the West Virginia University Hall of Fame, my former broadcast partner on Comcast high school games. So congratulations to Meg. Really good person, fantastic athlete. Way to go for her.
No one mentioned the fireworks problem on Tennessee's field today, but that would be a smooth move, too. It's brought to you by Pittsburgh's largest supplier of the smoothest granite, marble, and quartz countertops you're going to find, Armina Stone. They feature tremendous selection, so check them out. For stone, granite, marble, quartz, you name it, they got it. Score a touchdown today with Armina Stone. We'll be right back as we talk Pat Narduzzi next.